In this lesson, I'll show you how to find the directional derivative of a function. This is question 1. What you'll need to be successful in this lesson is the following: that if f is a differentiable function of x and y, then f has a directional derivative in the direction of any vector we call u, a, b. And this can be represented mathematically as the following, where the directional derivative of f at x and y is equal to the partial derivative of f with respect to x evaluated at x and y times a plus the partial derivative of the function with respect to y at x and y times b. And with that being said, the question reads, find the directional derivative of the function x squared plus 3y squared at the point 1 and 6 in the direction of the vector 2 and negative 3. I want to start off with the easy part, which is to find the unit vector for this particular vector. Let's call this u. We have u at 2i minus 3j, and we can start to find the unit vector by first finding the magnitude. The magnitude is found by the Pythagorean theorem, where we have c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. We can call this a, so we have 2 squared plus negative 3 squared, and if we square root both sides, we should end up with the magnitude of the square root of 13. Then we take the square root of 13 and divide it by 2 and negative 3. So we have u is equal to, our a is 2 over the square root of 13, and b, what I'm hovering over, is negative 3 over the square root of 13. So now we have our unit vector. That part's out of the way. Next, according to this formula, we have to find the partial derivative with respect to x. So starting over here, this term, we have x squared becomes 2x, and this term doesn't have an x factor, so it's simply a constant. It becomes 0. We will multiply this eventually by a. We'll do that in a moment. The partial derivative with respect to y, we won't worry about this term, has no y, but this becomes 6 times y. According to the formula, what we do next is take 2x and multiply it by 2 over the square root of 13. So 2x times 2 over the square root of 13 plus 6y times negative 3 over the square root of 13. And of course, we have to evaluate this at 1 and 6. So I will take this 1, place it wherever I see an x, and I'll place this 6 wherever I see a y. Let's go ahead and do our calculation using a calculator. So we have 2 times 1 times 2 divided by the square root of 13 plus 6 times negative 3 divided by the square root of 13. And we end up with negative 28.8. Negative 28.8. Now, if you would like to see the answer to question number 2, make sure that you watch question 2 of this series. We'll hope to see you soon.